As one of, if not the, most anticipated next-gen titles released so far, Titanfall has some very high hopes to live up to. Promising gamers an intoxicating blend of Call of Duty, Mirror's Edge, Mech Assault, Star Wars Battlefront, and a host of other influences, it seemed damn near impossible that such a game could exist. Gamers are no stranger to having their high hopes let down. Countless other games have promised the world, but then completely failed to deliver once they actually released. The question then is if Titanfall manages to live up to its considerable hype. Luckily, Respawn Entertainment has managed to provide a game that makes good on its promises, and has done so with enough polish to make the entire experience one of the most enjoyable games I've played in recent years. Surprisingly, the blend of foot soldier and mech combat is incredibly well balanced. On foot, pilot gameplay is more or less what you'd expect out of two of the masterminds behind Call of Duty 4, with the notable addition of double jump and mobility system that has garnered more than a few favorable comparisons to Mirror's Edge. The mobility system is incredibly fluid and user-friendly, and new players are able to utilize it within minutes. But that's not to say there's no room for mastery. Given time, mastery of the mobility system can propel players across entire maps in seconds, or to the tops of buildings almost instantly. The more skilled players are able to leap across streets while raining fire down upon opponents at lower levels. It's a visceral and immensely enjoyable system to master. But the mobility system isn't the only thing that feels visceral. The Titans in particular steal the show in feeling like massive hulking behemoths bristling with destructive ordnance. Various missile launchers, cannons, and a few force-like powers add to the incredible feeling a player gets when stepping into their Titan. Luckily, this power doesn't go unmatched. Even while on the ground, pilots have an anti-Titan weapon at their disposal. More than just minor annoyances, these weapons are fully capable of dealing significant damage to a Titan, but often leave the player exposed and vulnerable. Overall, the game hugely rewards teamwork and smart objective play, something that's sorely missing from Call of Duty and other major first-person shooters. Working as a team to establish Titan superiority, a small group of friends can completely control the flow of the game, even when there may be more individually skilled players on the opposing team. It's good that Titanfall's gameplay is as exciting, visceral, and expertly crafted as it is, since it has little else to rely on. The currently available modes are pretty standard fare, and there aren't many at that. The game ships with a sizable collection of 15 maps, all of which play pretty well, but the weapon selection isn't as diverse as players used to the Call of Duty series might expect. Rather than 8+ guns in each category, there's one shotgun, one assault rifle, and so on. Myself, I like the focus this grants each weapon, and they all feel very well balanced. The game's biggest downfall is the complete lack of a single-player campaign. This has been replaced by a multiplayer campaign that leads players through a series of missions with voiceover work to connect them into some semblance of a plot. Sadly, the plot gets completely drowned out under the constant explosions in the gameplay, and it's difficult to piece together unless you're concentrating on it more than the game. Campaign is only worth playing through a couple times to unlock 2 of the 3 Titan chassis, but is otherwise pretty forgettable. This minor stumble notwithstanding, Titanfall is the Xbox One's killer app that it's sorely needed. Special note, the 360 version of Titanfall has not yet released and I have seen no footage of it. We don't know much, but we do know that it's running at a very low resolution and the target frame rate is only 30 frames per second. This will not produce a pleasant gaming experience and I cannot recommend the Xbox 360 version.